Ahoy! Welcome back to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. I'm your captain for today, Naomi, the Brickanista, sailing out of Seattle. And
Yes.
we have the co-captain here.
I am vastly underdressed. I am I'm not even fit to swab the deck.
That's its name, is vastly underdressed.
Yeah, a vastly underdressed.
A vastly underdressed.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just did not have any pirate items anywhere.
I said you could get a scarf and wrap it around your head like a do-rag.
I don't own a scarf.
You don't own scarves. Okay. I also mentioned a bandana, and you don't own bandanas either. Ahoy, ahoy, friends. How are you, Spot? Ahoy, Spot the Magic Ninja. We spot the Batmanda ahead. I don't have a spyglass. I need to get a spyglass.
Oh.
That was cool. I don't think I would like having an eye patch. That just, whenever you have to walk around like that, it just, your whole sense of balance is off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an eye patch.
You don't have an eye patch.
Or a
you don't have a do-rag. You don't have a bandana.
I do have an ancient mariner's compass around here somewhere.
Oh.
But I could not find it. It's somewhere.
Okay. That's okay, because we're not the stars of the show. It's actually the builds.
Yes.
But you know how much I love pirates.
And yeah, Naomi, not for the first time this season. Did you secretly produce this episode? This is not the first time I've wondered that.
I have worn this outfit. I put a little more bling today, but I have worn this outfit for Talk Like a Pirate Day, which was back September 19th, 2021. So if you go back into the archives, you'll see me dressed in a very similar outfit. I just added more jewelry this time. And that was, Yano was a guest, as well as Dave Morgan. Those are the two. And he was Captain Morgan. So we had Captain Blue, Captain Morgan, and Captain Brickanista for that episode.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have this gear ready to go. All I have to do is go find it. And it was in storage because, this year I dressed like a witch this year. So I figured, hey, I could just dig out the old pirate gear and wear that again for this episode.
Well, your costuming department is definitely on point this episode. So bravo. Good job to them.
I am on point. Thank you. And what a fun episode. I know, Spot. It was amazing. And though I will say it was sad too. It was heartbreaking for me.
And also this is the dog episode kind of threw it off a little bit, but this episode, it was 8 hours, which is, if you've been following from the beginning, they've gone from 13 down 1 hour each episode. Down, and this is 8. Like last week should have been 9 to continue the pattern, but they had 11. So, which was good. Give them more time. You will get better builds.
It's a sculpting challenge if you think about it. I mean, this was a sculpting challenge as well, but a little bit easier than what they had last week.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pirate ships ahoy. Do you want to just get right into
ahoy.
It? Because there's a lot of stuff going on this episode.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah. See, look at this amazing setup here.
That set, I tell you, if I would have walked out onto that set, I would have been squealing because it's a port too, and they even did all of the buildings in the background as well.
Yeah, they've got the beach and the fortress and the little town is cool.
It is so cool. The village.
Look at that. There's a skull in the mountains.
Yep.
Yeah,
the skull in the mountains, kind of a forced perspective kind of thing. And and the cannon in the upper right there.
Yeah, the cannon, which we could talk about later.
Okay.
Cannon pointed ominously at the water line.
Well, and if you think about scale too, that that cannon is supposed to be on the side of a ship, right? And scale wise, that ship is a lot bigger than the ships that are in this particular episode.
Yeah. But that's okay. This ship in particular, I don't know if you had one of these back in the day, but this isn't the actual set, but I think it's based on the old Black Seas Barracuda.
The one that Barracuda Bay is kind of inspired by. That one.
Yeah. This old one. I think this was the first pirate ship. I think this came out in like 95 or something.
Oh, wow.
I think. I should have looked that up. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But I didn't have this ship as a kid, but I had the Caribbean Clipper, which was kind of the it had the blue sails in the same style and was like the British ship, like fighting the pirates, the soldiers of the Foreign Legion or whoever they were supposed to be.
Right.
But no, I thought that was cool. That was a nice throwback. And of course, Amy and Jamie were in full regalia here.
I love their outfits.
Yeah.
It is so cool. I think one of the cool things about this show is just how the judges get to be dressed up. Because if you remember when we reviewed Lego Masters New Zealand, they did not dress up Robin, right, in different outfits. No. So that's one kind of cool thing about this being produced in the United States.
Well, I think Di wore the rugby uniform that one time.
That's true. He did the rugby uniform, and he had that apron for one of the episodes.
Yeah, when he was
not
put to work.
Judge per se, right? He's more of the Will Arnett of the show.
Yeah.
Whereas these two are the judges.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask Robin about that. Robin has committed to helping us with the finale, so we'll have to ask Robin if he was given the choice of being able to, cosplay for some of the episodes.
Yes. Why didn't you wear more costumes, Robin? What was happening there?
Because it was in New Zealand. That's why.
They have costumes in New Zealand.
They have costumes in New Zealand.
They have Lord of the Rings there.
Culturally, they're different. Good evening, PT McEwen. How are you? Welcome to the stream.
But yeah, they had Lord of the Rings there, so hopefully season 2, maybe we'll see that challenge.
Maybe they will. They might. And I have a feeling that will be airing probably right after the first of the year, is my guess.
Yeah, hopefully early spring.
And then we'll be able to review Lego Masters New Zealand season 2.
Yeah.
Just in time. You just finished watching this episode. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Yes.
Well,
we
that's
started with the preliminary opening shots.
Yeah, that's one less person we get to ruin it for, I guess. But we will press on.
That's right. Spoiler alerts. Spoilers ahead. Spoilers to the left of us. Spoilers to the right of us. Full steam ahead. Yes. Or not steam. Full sails ahead.
Yeah. But speaking of not wanting to wear costumes, Will Arnett, didn't want to wear the costume. This was kind of if you've seen
that was all kitsch. You know that.
Well, yeah, it was silly, but like if you've seen him on Arrested Development, where he does the running joke where he's in the elevator and he doesn't want to hold the elevator for like the other guy, like the guy in the $6,000 suit is going to hold the door for the guy in the $300 suit. Come on. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Like
maybe it was. I mean, you know that all of this is staged, right?
No, I know it. I know it's not serious, but I just thought it was very silly.
I thought what's interesting about this shot is this is the same shot that they took of Chris Pratt when he was playing with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So it's the same camera angle, and I think it's the same setup.
Yeah, it's the designated diva corner.
The diva corner. Oh, that's a great name for that. The diva corner.
Yeah. But no, I thought it's cool because this person holding the outfit, they get a line in this episode, so they automatically get paid at a different rate. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Oh,
so that makes the bit worth
and
it.
this is one credit towards
Mhm.
getting a Screen Actors Guild card.
Yeah.
Because you have to have 3 spoken lines, right, in different kinds of, endorsed movies and
Oh, is that
films,
the?
etc.
Yeah,
Remember,
I'm
we
not aware of
have
the.
to. Well, the Screen Actors Guild has certain requirements for you to get
Mhm.
a Screen Actors Guild card to allow you to
Mhm.
join the union. I don't have all of the details for that. We could probably get a casting agent maybe on the show to talk about that. But
Mhm.
I have a friend who is a member of SAG, and she had mentioned you have to have like 3 speaking parts in a
Mhm.
unionized show. So that's how she worked her way up as an
Oh, that's
actress.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the 3 strikes and you're in rule, but
Well,
that's neat.
it's that's kind of a weird way to say it. Yeah, but three credits and you're in.
Yeah. But anyway, good for this costuming person here. Good for you. We also got this shot, which anyway, that Fox sent us a bunch of shots. This shot completely out of context, not in the
Right.
episode, but
Right, with the ladder. The ladder just cracks me up.
certainly interesting. Yeah. Also, very unsafe. Don't do this at home or in the workplace. Definitely an OSHA violation.
Oh, as far as wrapping his arm in between
Yes,
the
I mean, I
A.
assume he's standing on a box or something, but this is not how you operate a ladder. I just thought that was silly. But we get to see him with the hook in this shot, and we didn't
Yeah,
get to see
that's
that in
true.
the rest of the episode. But anyway, here he is, full pirate
With the peg leg.
with the
Yeah.
peg leg here, and the parrot,
And the
which I
hat.
thought was pretty
The
cool.
tricorn hat. The
Yeah, and the hat.
iconic tricorn hat. Everyone should have one.
Everyone
would be
should have one.
perfect with a tricorn hat, Remy. You've got the look, you've got the beard, you got the swagger. You could
I don't
absolutely be a pirate.
Yeah. If I it is ironic, but if I had one, I could fit in more easily in this one specific circumstance.
So Spot mentions that Hand had bad luck for going under the ladder.
Well, it's he it was converted into a hook, so yeah, apparently that's the case. But yeah, I also liked this parrot. I just thought it was interesting.
I thought about Yano when I saw this parrot because when we reviewed season 2, the land and sea episode, I picked sea and she picked land. She built this kind of a parrot and I built a seahorse. And it was really eerie because they were almost the same size and width. And yeah, if we were actually on the show together, we would have built something almost exactly the same kind of framework. Yeah. That's an amazing parrot.
Well, yeah, this is, it's the beak is good. I love the wings, the shaping. It's a great mix of like studs and like smooth surfaces. But that was the only shot we have of it. So
yeah,
whoever put that together, great job. Let's see. But yeah, we got everybody's ship got animated all as a group this episode. So I thought that was kind of cool.
And also the set design, they actually had water in a really shallow pool in the front with some platforms that they would attach the ship to. And I thought that was very clever. It reminded me of a Cirque du Soleil show. They have a show called O, where it's one massive aquarium tank for the performers, and they perform both in and out of the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I love this shot, the Armada shot.
Yeah. It's
when I brought really cool. My pirate ships to BrickCon in what was it, 2019? Yeah, 2019. That's when they had a whole pirate section. And we had, I think, 22 ships of various kinds that everybody had brought. And it just looked so amazing to have them all together, all sailing the same direction, all having their sails pointing and their flags pointing in the right direction. It was very, very cool. Yes, epic.
No,
that is the great word for this, epic. And I like the front decorations too, where they have, and it almost feels like you're on the ship, right? Where they have the helm wheel and the barrels and the sacks. Yeah.
Cargo kind of strewn about.
Yeah, like you're kind of like on the ship, right? But except for the fact the cannon's pointed the wrong way.
Towards the thing.
Right.
Well, it was pointed over the railing, so.
How many ships do I have? That's a good question. Let's see. I have at least 6 ships, I think, because I have the Rainbow Pirates. I have the Pandas of Penzance. I'm counting 6, including sets, right? So, yeah, Pandas of Penzance, Spice Pirates, Rainbow Pirates. Those are mine. Those 3. I have Pirates of Barracuda Bay. I have the one that you gave me, Remy, as an ornament, the Super Pirate Baby. That's 5.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
What's the 6th one? I think actually the 6th one is also the Rainbow Pirates, because I had made a ship for a pirate challenge for Tricky Bricks. But then there was another challenge where we had to incorporate a rainbow. So I think I have at least 5. I will have to do a running count. Oh, actually, I do have 6, because I had a smaller one too. So yeah, I'll go with 6. 6 ships.
I just assumed that you had all of the pirate ships.
Actually, I don't Lego history. The sets. The only pirate set I have is Pirates of Barracuda Bay. And then I also, if you count the mock improvs, or not mock improvs, the re-brick this challenge, every re-brick this challenge, I made a ship out of it. So
that's true.
Maybe I could count those, but then they got repurposed. But I guess I could count them. So maybe it's closer to 12. 12 I'll go back and look at my re-brick episodes. Because if I can look on Instagram, because I've posted all of those re-brick challenges there, then there's other ships. One of my favorites was actually the Captain America one, where they had the Captain America mech. And I used the big shield as a big sail, like a big round sail. Yeah. That was one of my favorites. So,
or I don't remember the specific pirate ship, but
this is a good question. Can you go back to that cannon shot? Because PT was asking, is the big cannon on a ship or on a fort? I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Like the railing here.
It looks like it's on a ship because of the railing. But it's just pointed in the wrong direction. There, that's the shot. Yeah, see, the way they designed the front, where they have the wheel, that looks like you're on the ship. So I would think the cannon would be pointed the other way. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
You're on the ship and you're shooting off. But we soon will find out the significance of that cannon. Oh, hoy, hoy, prig Jedi!
Will we?
Avast!
We'll talk about it when we get there. Anyway.
We'll get there.
Yes, we are. Let's, again, they had 8 hours for the challenge. The parameters were, build a pirate ship, tell a story.
Say it right. 8 hours.
8 hours.
Hours.
Yes. But they, it was I'm just wondering about the, there's always like hidden parameters. So I'm wondering if it had to be like a certain width and length.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume so to fit on those
On the
things at the
platforms,
end,
yeah.
on the studs. But they did not tell us, so we're just gonna have to speculate wildly.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I
okay.
want to know
Anyway,
who the artist is who does these little cartoon drawings.
yeah,
They're really, really sweet.
they're always really
And
fun. Like the
you
little
know
music
what
notes are
that
fun.
is? That pet.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what they said the pet was?
What do you mean?
The pet. The pet
Oh,
of
the
that
pet.
ship.
No,
Can he say it? Can he say it right?
the Kraken.
Yes.
I can say it right.
Yes. You can. It took you a long time to be
It
able
is.
to pronounce that
It is a
correctly.
pet Kraken.
It's a pet
Well,
kraken. Exactly.
well, no, I think it's just like an East Coast, West Coast thing because I don't think that's how you pronounce it on the East Coast. But when in Seattle.
Liam Neeson would be very disappointed with you
Oh
if you
man.
if you pronounced it the wrong way.
Oh, that's okay. He'll live.
Okay.
But yeah, here's Liam and Emily hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're in the very early stages of construction here.
Yep.
And here we go, the R&R pirate ship, and that's
R and R.
yeah. I thought this was a fun concept. The
I
spa
love
pirate
this
ship.
with the skull and crossbones with the cucumber eye slices.
Yeah.
That was great.
But yeah, here's this is one of the shots that Fox provided for us. Thank you, Fox.
I love this ship.
Mm-hmm. Really, Fox. I get the shots all from the episode, so just blanket credit Fox for all of these. That's fine.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. Fox and Endemol Shine have included us in their media updates.
But yeah, some of these were featured individually in the animation briefly. So there's that, and here's our pirates getting
a massage. I know.
Like I love the combination of these two expressions. Like it's such a good pairing because that guy is, clearly intense in their work, and this guy is clearly in pain. So that's fun. What else do we have here?
Well, that juice bar too in the back. I think that was a juice bar, right?
Yeah, there's like a juice bar and like these must be speakers or something.
Either that or they're like the towels, right, all rolled up.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I've never actually been to a spa, so.
You've never been to a spa?
Yeah, why? Like, why would I ever go to a spa? Like,
okay, I haven't been to a spa in a long time, but yeah, they're cool places.
It's just, I mean, to each their own. Nothing against it. Well, it's just like I haven't seen.
Think about it though. I mean, Liam is only 18, right? Mm-hmm. So how many spas has he gone to?
That's true.
So maybe Emily was providing more of the advice on how the spa would look. Now, I do love the lime green on this because one of my ships had a lot of lime green, and it really is a great color combination with the brown. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great way to break it up and also tie it in with the cucumber sails.
Yeah.
And here we have their captain.
The captain rocking the plank.
Yeah. They've put him off the ship. So the story goes.
The mutiny, right?
Yeah, because of savage upcharges, I guess. I don't know, rotten cucumber. I don't know.
Not rotten.
I don't know how you don't get your money's worth at a spa. So
that is very true. And Spot the Magic Ninja has not been to a spa either.
That's okay.
That might be something to put on your dream destination list someday.
Life experience.
And don't forget that I don't know if this plays into it, but Liam and Emily live in Tucson, and there's a very famous spa down there called Miraval.
Oh, I
And
did not know that.
maybe Emily has gone to that, or maybe both of them have gone.
Is it
But
just just a big spa, or is there something
it's
else
a
that makes it like?
retreat. I went there a long time ago for a weekend with a girlfriend, and it's a massive retreat center. So they have yoga classes, and they have meditation, and they have, all the services. So when you buy the package, you get one service per day. And so that could be a facial, it could be a pedicure, it could be a massage. And so every day, so we were there for a 3-day trip. So every day you got a service, and you can always buy more services if you wanted to. But the best part for me was the scenery of the spa. And just there were lots of quiet places you could go to with little running pools. And then you also had hiking, like side trips that you could do. Yeah, it was a great place. In fact, I
Oh,
need
was
to
it?
reach out to my friend.
Yeah.
You want to go
Was
back
it
to
near
Mirabel sometime?
Was it near the mountains or in the mountains or?
No, it's in the desert.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they had
Well,
some
that's cool.
hiking. It's not like here in Seattle. The hiking here is like rugged and lots of trees. The hiking there are desert mountains or desert hills, more or less. And they also had those, what do they call them? The mazes, the
Like a
meditation
hedge maze?
maze. Yeah, it's like stones on the ground, and then you walk along the stones in a pattern. A labyrinth. That's it. It's a meditation labyrinth that they have there too.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's kind of a neat idea.
Oh, look at that. PT has the right idea. He usually hits the spa every trip to Vegas.
Okay,
Good
well,
on you.
next time I'm out in Vegas, we'll do it big. You and me.
Okay,
we'll go.
there you go, PT. You and Remy hitting the spa.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, here's our sales. Here's our just amazing.
Yeah, the
subversion.
color combination is just so spot on.
Yeah, with the just
in the shaping of that skull. And Liam and Emily were the ones. I brought the pandas of Penzance with me to BrickCon, and they sought me out because they loved my panda pirate ship because I had panda faces on the front, right? On the sails.
Yeah.
And I love the shaping of the sails. I got some really good ideas because if you do the wide shot on this, where they have the top sails were folded out and then the bottom sails were rolled up. So that was a really clever way to be able to show the sails, full so that you could put that skull on it. But, you didn't have to brick built larger sails underneath. You could have the smaller sails, which was really clever. So I'm going to adopt a part of that for some future ships.
Also, some of the builders ran out of space on their front sail, and they put their main symbol on the secondary sail, on the second mast. So I'm glad that they put it up front where we could see it.
Yeah, exactly. And Brickaroo Bonsai, you prefer a hot springs retreat? Yes. OMG. I've been to Calistoga Hot Springs, and I've been to hot springs in Japan, and it is wonderful. You just after you go to one of those retreats, you just feel so relaxed.
Yeah, hot springs in Japan is definitely on my list. Absolutely,
we should definitely go.
But yeah, I mean, I lived there for 3 years when I was a kid. I've always wanted to get back to Japan. So
the place I went to was called Hakodate, which is in the far north of Japan. I think I can spell it, but I'm pretty sure that's the spelling. But I just remember it was such an amazing experience. You'd love to go to an onsen, but have tattoos? That's okay. The Japanese have tattoos. The Japanese have a lot of tattoos. You'd be fine. I wouldn't worry about that at all.
Yeah, some of them have just like the full body.
Yeah, they have the arms and the back and legs, and yeah, you'd be fine.
But yeah,
I mean, unless you're worried about running into some, the Yakuza. And
Oh
it's
boy.
like, your tattoos don't match our tattoos.
Yeah. We have to shop around to find a spot. But yeah, here's our Kraken.
The Kraken. You said it right twice.
This was
That's
like the
awesome.
only part of the build that I wasn't like a huge fan of. Just because there was no, like, if you're gonna do like just tentacles, like you can do that, but like I really wish they had like wrapped it around more than one side of the ship, or put some eyes in the water or something, just something to indicate that. Although that may have been difficult,
They
actually
only
putting
had
it
8
on the
hours.
water.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was my only
And
gripe about this
don't
build.
forget, they were the last ones to bring their ship to port.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably just snuck this in.
Yeah, like when Liam picked up the ship and both the masts went like this. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
And Emily was like grabbing onto them and they're walking together. Yeah. I felt the same way. I was just like, no, not the sails. Yeah. But it goes back to, they were under a time crunch. And they said they couldn't believe, they looked up and everybody was already, docking their boats. And they were the last ones up there.
Yeah, I was just taking one more look at the mast. But yeah, overall, great job.
Yeah, the front, I believe, is called a forecastle.
Forecastle.
Or a forecastle, I think, is the correct pronunciation. The mast is in the back.
Yeah. Either way. Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't know anything about.
I'm just geeking out on all the pirate stuff. So.
I definitely don't have like a secret cache of pirate gear ready to go in a go bag. Anyway, moving on.
You can never have enough pirate gear. Just like Spot the Magic Ninja has his Egyptian collection, I have a pirate collection.
Well, there you go. All right, so moving on to, this is Austin and Justin. This is the White Widow. Here they are, widowing it up.
Well, you know what happened? I have a feeling, I would love to ask Austin this question. Austin, they did a clip that said, he said, the most famous pirate was a woman. And then they cut it, right? Yeah. I have a feeling he knows that the most famous woman pirate is Asian American or Asian. It's Qing Shi, the most famous pirate of the South China Seas. Yeah. So when that's the reason why I wear this outfit too, because she was amazing.
Yeah, when was she like active? I don't know anything about this pirate.
I'm gonna say 1910. I think it was like right before 1890s. I want to say. Here, let me look it up. But yeah, so I was gonna say I'm disappointed if that is the case, that they didn't actually say her name. So yeah. Qing Shi, also known as Zheng Shichao. She was born in 1775 and 1844 she died. So she was active in 1801 to 1810. So I got the century wrong. But
19th century,
Yeah, 19th century. So Zheng Yixiao, also known as Qing Shi. Yep. She's the most famous, and she was a brutal pirate too. She had some very strict rules. They did do kind of an homage to her in the Pirates of the Caribbean. I think either the third movie or the fourth movie. But yeah. So I want to ask Austin if he knew that, or was he just, there's other women pirates as well, but I would really love to know. And by the way,
I wonder if he like he talked for like 5 minutes straight and then they cut around it, because it seems like a lot was cut out of this episode. Just from the other shots we had, just Will on the ladder, and like I think there was supposed to be a brick tips in this episode, but I did not see it, and I didn't see it on their YouTube channel. So they must have had just way more material.
Yeah, they probably had to cut a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we'll definitely put that on the list if we get to ask them about it sometime. Because their captain was Victoria the Vengeful. Let's see here. here's the White Widow.
The White Widow, right, instead of the Black Widow, which I thought was very clever.
So here,
and I'm putting in the term that that forward structure is the foxhole, also known as the forecastle, aka.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get a better shot of the captain, but I guess I don't have a shot of the captain. It's Victoria the Vengeful was their captain. And yeah, their story was that her husband was killed by a sea creature, so they are in turn hunting sea creatures. Mm-hmm. It's a classic story, tale as old as sailing. And here they've ensnared one.
I just love this shot because of the way the water looks with the motion, and I think that was added with the animation, but I just love this shot. It just shows the motion of the sea creature, and I don't have these pieces in red. I have them from the Doctor Strange Garganton, I guess.
Gargantos.
Gargantos, that's it. Yeah, so I have that green, but it was just nice to see this. I don't know if it comes in another set in red. Those tubular pieces.
I don't know off the top of my head. They're probably listed under like dinosaur tail parts.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you look on Bricklink, you may be able to find them there. But yeah, this is very traditionally squid colored.
It's a traditional squid.
That's traditional squid.
Not one of those punk squids that don't like to follow tradition.
No, it's not, pink or purple. It's red.
But this is going back to what you were saying earlier about how the sail on the mast, they put the character on the back mast instead of the front mast, which I think also made a difference too.
It's still like, well, here's our shot of the hull.
These details of the outside of the hull are so sweet. I loved this. It just gave it a nice finished look.
Okay, here's our squid. I guess it's only got 6 legs, so it's a squid.
It is a squid, not an octopus.
Yeah.
And they made it blue instead of red. The eyes, I think, are the funniest part.
Yeah, it's almost like googly eyes. But
I do like how they used either click hinges or mixel joints to get the angle of the sail. That's a very clever idea.
Yeah,
I will definitely try that sometime.
Hinges. Yeah, I think these are hinges.
Are they click hinges or they're
clip and bar.
Okay. That's interesting.
But yeah, the contrast on the squid design is fun because you have your studs for your suckers, and then you have your just dot pieces and tiles for like most of the limb.
Right.
So I thought that was neat. But yeah, let's see what else we can see. Unlike this was one of the more like sparsely populated ships.
Yeah, I think that was their downfall, is just they didn't have enough story and motion, and I mean, with the exception of the squid there, they really needed, more action shots.
But, for the one story, it's like, this is our story. Everything revolves around this squid. So
yeah. No, that was well done. Cool. And I like you said, the planks on the side, the siding of the ship. Very nice finishing touch. And then, of course, the squid is the figurehead, too.
Yeah, so overall, pretty cool ship. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And here it is, the stained glass window on the back. I knew I had that.
Yes, that was sweet.
So yeah, I'm glad that there are, I love transparent pieces. I'm glad that those exist in the brick pit. But yeah, this is a great, like, simple design, but very effective. So
I loved it.
Great job. Great job, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tell us about that Pirate Queen, Austin and Justin. All right, next is Nick and Stacy's Plantain Pearl. And this
is an interesting concept.
Yeah. It's just, it's just a monkey pirate ship. Like, what's not to like?
Well, it was very clever that they used the leaves, the plantain leaves, as their sails.
Yeah.
It made it different and made it stand out, which was nice.
And we've got our iron banana here on the front, on the bow. And here it is kind of in the water here.
Right.
There was like an explosion effect.
And
yeah, but it still looks great. And yeah, this was my vote for my favorite like brick built character of the episode.
This brick built is more like an ape rather than a monkey, but yeah. Love it. And holding the banana, saying, I want more bananas.
Captain Mari McPeel. Yeah, something like that. Just a great, like,
and
casual...
the snake, too. Get a chance to see some snakes in this.
Yeah. The snake is, just hanging out. I guess when you're a Gorilla King, you get a pet snake. As opposed
either
to
that
like
or it's
parrot.
a stowaway. Could be a stowaway snake.
This is true as well. But yeah, I like how he has this like human attendant. Like the scale makes sense next to the minifigure. So I really enjoyed that character. And really like the use of jumper plates throughout the build to indicate like the mouths.
The mouth, yep. Oh, Steve Gamer's here from the Philippines. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Steve? It's good to see you again.
But yeah, you can almost hear them screaming, ook, ook, ook. With their little jumper plate mouths.
Yes, that is cute with the jumper plate mouths. And also just the cannon holes that they set up. Those are nice too.
Yeah.
And having bananas coming out of the cannons.
You can eat them, you can throw them, you can fire them upon different ships.
Now, what's interesting, and I think season 1 had those ice cream cone pieces, the ice cream balls.
Right.
I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, that Boone, I think, used those for something similar where something was being shot out and they had that effect. And it doesn't look like they had them in the brick pit. So they went with the translucent, barrels.
No, I don't, now that you mention that, I don't recall seeing those on any of these builds.
Or maybe I'm just thinking of a convention. What you'll often see is that that ice cream cone piece stacked together, because you can stack them into a long line. So it looks like something is actually being shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, if you need smoke of any kind, that's like your go-to piece.
Yeah, exactly. So since it doesn't look like they were in the brick pit.
But yeah, anyway, this is just a great ship. Yeah.
It was one of the smaller ships of the bunch, so to speak. Pun intended. But I think the brick-built monkeys and the main gorilla character really set this apart, as well as the leaf sails.
Like just the hut here is perfect, just as a captain's room.
Yeah, it's just so sweet. Really, really nice build. I also like the color combinations too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't really get any shots like down into the interior, so I'm not sure exactly what is going on down here. It looks like they're loading the cannons. And this guy is supervising, maybe.
Could be.
But again, that's okay.
It would have been nice to have had the Banana Man character or some minion characters. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, just some minions. I wonder if they had those in the Brick Pit.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
because it's branded, it's intellectual property, so they probably couldn't put it on the air.
Yeah. But anyway, great job, Nick and Stacy. They actually didn't spend a lot of time on this build, so unfortunately. But now we get to Ethan and Dom's Monkey Mutiny. And I also really enjoyed this ship as well.
Mm-hmm.
They made a big deal about it in the episode, but like
they were different enough.
Yeah,
I mean, especially the sails that Nick and Stacy did. I mean, if you're just comparing monkey ships, I would say Nick and Stacy did a better job. But if you have it standalone versus all the others, it's a solid ship.
I really like the hull construction. Much better. This is probably my favorite hull of all of the ships. Just because they spent so much time on these windows here, and the shaping towards the front is really good.
Yeah, I love the shaping, and they have that little pinstripe too, going all the way across.
They must have not. They must not have had these 1x2 curved slopes, because that's
probably not.
Yeah, that's such an easy way to resolve that, but I don't even mind. Anyway, Monkey Mutiny. So these monkeys have taken over the ship. We, again with our just amazing windows, hull shaping. And this is let's see, Captain Blubber.
Yeah.
Here's your tri-cornered hat, and he's got the croissant piece as a feather.
As a feather, yeah.
So that's fun.
And this brick built character too. One thing I noticed, so the eye that is there with the kind of, it to me it's more like an evil kind of smirky look. The way Brick and Nick used the eyes is he had one pointing down and one pointing up for the two sides of the eyes for the monkeys. Yeah. But all the brick built characters are just so much fun to look at. Yeah,
the eye patch is good.
And the red mustache, so it's like Red Beard, right? Yeah.
And this, it's like a Miniland scale figure almost, but the minifigure sword still fits. It still works there.
Definitely Miniland scale, which is perfect for this ship as well.
But yeah, all these monkeys have come out and emerged.
Yeah, they came out of the holding and said, "We're done with this.
Yes.
How dare you confine us?" And there you go. There's the 1x2 jumper plate.
Yep. And this monkey has a gun. He's threatening the guy with both a gun and a banana. So you know that they're serious.
Many weapons when you're breaking out of a hold.
But yeah, these brick built monkeys were pretty good as well. Just very simple, curved shapes. And here they are getting the strength potions from the scientist monkey. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here, and they also use this this kind of offset tiling on the captain's room here. Let's see. Oh, okay, I guess that's all we have for there.
Well, I think it goes back to the monkeys were there were two teams who used monkeys, but each of them were unique enough that it wasn't too much redundancy there. I think they distinguished themselves enough.
And that's how it is. There's parallel thought. People. Yeah. I think pretty much universally we've been told you don't have time to do anything but build your thing. You don't have time to look around. So,
well, and what's interesting when we get to one of the builds is that when you only have 8 hours, would it have been a better decision to have stayed with your original idea, or should you have pivoted when you did?
Yeah.
So
That's
it's an interesting, question to ask if you ever get into this competition.
it's super tough. Well, we can talk about that later. They made an announcement today, but it's not that time yet. Anyway, great job, Ethan and Dom.
Yeah.
Now we have The Stricken Princess of the Coral Seas by Brennan and Greg. Yeah, so here they are building this hull. And I got to confess, like the first time they cut to them building this hull where they had the shape of it together, like I had a visceral reaction. Like I panicked. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? That looks insane.
Well, and plus the fact that they decided on green, which isn't a traditional color for the hull of the ship. And I think when Jamie and Amy came by, it was kind of like, you sure you want to go with green?
Yeah.
But they had already, built so much so fast. So they did. Here's a case where they kind of kept to their original idea, but changed it enough that it could still, pass as a ship.
Yeah. And, pass it definitely did. Yeah. So here's the Stricken Princess of the Coral Seas. And I don't remember exactly the whole story behind this one. I think they've emerged from the depths of the sea to take revenge upon the land. I don't know exactly, but yeah, here's another look at that.
Right.
And it's just like a gorgeous ship.
I love the backlighting on that. And when you look at it, that shot itself, doesn't that look like a box, a set that you could buy?
Yeah, it could almost
put
be
the
a
Lego
set.
branding on there. Yeah.
But here, I think this is the only shot we get of like the top sail here. We've got this fish person and this this different kind of skull.
Yeah, the crow's nest is actually a fish nest, and that kind of stylized skull and crossbones. But the sails really what distinguish this versus all the others.
Yeah, the kelp sails.
Kind of tattered kelp seaweed look, And it was also quite a bit larger. If you just look at the scale compared to the others.
Yeah. Let's see.
So the colors here were kind of surprising to me. This kind of rainbow set of colors. I'm it didn't really work for me there, but I liked all the different colors in the sails because I think the sails were more complementary, with the lighter yellow and kind of the lighter green and the dark green kind of all together. But, seeing some of these colors here, I don't know. I see what they're trying to get at. It's like it's underwater and there's all kinds of things that have grown on it. Yeah.
All sorts of fun friend style colors.
Yeah, they were the friend style colors, but I would have also expected that maybe some of the planks were not completely aligned, that some of them may have been, collapsed on each other, that kind of thing. More dilapidated and
But who knew fish are solid engineers apparently. But yeah, I was trying to find the
face on this character though. The face on
I was trying to find the name. I wrote it down. This is Captain Alexander Robertus Darktavian. That is this captain's name. It is I believe it is an octopus.
You said Darktavian, right?
Darktavian.
Okay.
That is, I listened to it a few times, so I just wanted to get it right. But yeah, very elaborate, fancy name, fancy hat. And
yeah, I love the hat on the brick built character. The expression of the eyes is great. They actually have the tentacles on the wheel of the helm.
Yeah, this like
really
tentacle,
nice.
this just gently wrapped around here is just such a fun detail.
Yeah, yeah, they have a lot of attention to detail when they build.
And
And the
here's some more of our fish people. And again,
I
this
have
is
a feeling that's going to go viral. There's going to be people building fish people everywhere. It's just so clever, right?
Yeah, it's just such a simple like alteration to the minifig.
Yeah.
And I love this guy like tied to the mast here. I think it's very funny. But yeah, here's another guy walking a plank.
Walking the plank.
These guys are also tied to the mast back here.
And why do pirates not shower when they're walking the plank?
Oh man, I don't know, but I'm ready for the pun. I'm ready.
Because they will plan to wash up on shore. Sorry. Okay, we will stop the corny pirate jokes.
It's fine. Oh man.
You could tell though it was agony and pain for you.
I'm just like every time I hear those puns, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, come on.
So feel free to put them in the chat, you know. That's just me. It's just my sense of humor. Anyway, let's look at more of these.
Scott gets my sense of humor.
Yeah. Like I don't really have a sense of humor, so.
Hey, he's got major kudos from me for actually dressing up as Batmanda. So
yeah, like that's currency that will never get depleted.
That's right.
Good job.
And it's recorded, so you can always go back and watch it.
Yeah. But anyway, these little circle details are so good.
Yeah,
and just the way that they've kind of illegally built this into the side just a little bit is very cool. And this is, instead of spending like so much time like building out the structure of this wall with the cannons in it, it's just such a great idea to just like have a plate and just build that cannon outline on top of it.
Well, especially they're overgrown with barnacles, right? So they aren't going to be smooth anyway.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I'm curious what's going on with this guy in the front here with the watch. Yeah, I want to know like who this guy is and what he's keeping track of. Because he's the only like purple black fish figure
with a clock.
Yeah,
we can always ask. We can always send a note and ask about it.
We can definitely put that on the list. Like, what's up with the timekeeper here? But let's see.
Yeah, I don't think they ever mentioned it in the description.
Here we have our hull.
And the chains, the use of the chains was so well done here too. And I love the way they did the front with the staggered stepping of the was it the bow of the ship?
Yeah.
And then this is the forecastle that they have on top with it's just 2x2 stacks of round bricks. Yeah. Nice. Really nice.
Great textured bricks. But yeah, it's hard to like you started out with this one shape and then you have to like build on top of it at a completely different angle. So I think that turned out really well.
Well, this was probably next to the dog episode, probably my second favorite episode.
Yeah, again, like Naomi is definitely a secret producer on this season. We're gonna find out like at the very end.
Oh, I wish.
But yeah, that was
being able to be a part of the production team would be absolutely amazing.
But yeah,
that would be an honor to be a part of that. forget about being on the casted on the show. Being part of the production team would be very cool.
Well, yeah, because then you get to design all the twists and be like,
well, not only that, it's that you get the enjoyment of the build without the time clock and the pressure, and you still get to make some amazing things, like that Brickminster dog show sign, for example, and the ribbon that they made. That was done by some behind the scenes builders, but they didn't have to be tested and grilled and brought forward, and but they still have a very important part of this show. And I'm hoping we get to interview some production people too. They're on our list.
Yeah, you can just say, hey, go build me a parrot, and they'll just build them a parrot, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah. There's some amazing builders behind the scenes, and Robin had alluded to that when we interviewed him for Lego Masters New Zealand. And I had mentioned this with Carrie and Patrick when we talked to the grandpappies, that a lot of those are made out of Duplo, because to get the scale in 8-foot tall scale of some things, they use Duplo to get that done pretty fast. So it'll be interesting to see if they ever throw in a Duplo challenge to one of these teams.
Yeah,
I would love to see that. I would love to see one episode of a Duplo challenge where you have to do the same thing, but you have to use Duplo bricks.
They would have to build another section. They would have to expand the brick pit. They
might say, okay, we have a twist. Those, 4 million pieces that they have? Well, we have 4 million Duplo pieces that you get to choose from.
I can't even imagine how much space that would be.
Well, it would be a lot of space, but there are a lot of very good Duplo artists out there. And remember that serpent that Robin had designed? That was all Duplo.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And the dice that he made too, that was Duplo. So it wouldn't surprise me if, I don't know if the producers are listening. Maybe they are. Like,
you never know.
Challenge, maybe towards the end of the season, right? That they might have a Duplo challenge. It would still be promoting Lego, right? They would still be promoting another form, and it would really throw the builders off if they're not used to building with Duplo. Yeah, they would be like, what? You want me to do what?
Apparently, Spot the Magic Ninja, his dad is way into Duplo.
Yeah, so there are artists that, and I mentioned this with, if you go back to the Builder Insights interview with Carrie and Patrick, there is a contestant out of the Netherlands. Her name is Eveline, and she focuses on Duplo for all her builds. And then when she got on the show, she had to learn system bricks to be on the show, because she did all of her designs in Duplo, and they're amazing. I mean, I know we think of Duplo as a youngster's toy. I mean, really young, like 2 years old, right?
Well, no, I never think of Duplo because I don't have access to it in the quantities that I would like to have to make massive structures.
I've started incorporating Duplo into some of my mock improv builds. Because it helps you to get height very quickly if you only have an hour to build.
Well, and there are some sets that have the transparent blue Duplo bricks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love those pieces.
Elsa's Castle had a lot of those, and they're all printed too. That's the other thing. You have these amazing printed bricks that are available in the Duplo line. So who knows? And you could say you heard it here on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. The Duplo Challenge.
Yes,
it's gonna happen someday.
Wild. But speaking of wild, here's Legend of the Revengetables.
Yes, I love
and Emily.
This.
And I'm not sure what's happening in this photo. We received no context for these, so Emily is doing something to Dave's beard.
Giving it a nice trim, maybe.
Yeah. So something else to put on the list of questions to ask, like, what was happening here?
Yeah. What was going on in this shot?
But yeah, this was like one of the best concepts for the pirate ships. This was really just a fun idea. Here it is in all their glory.
Spot the Magic Ninja has a comment here about that. I did not know this, that Duplo trains are great because they can go up and down hills.
Oh, I
don't know.
I didn't know that either.
I haven't seen a Duplo train, so I'd have to check that out.
Yeah, I wonder how that interacts with system trains.
I don't think it does interact with system trains.
Well, I wonder if you could like take the motor and put it like into a system train somehow. And
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up though. That's really intriguing.
Yeah. But this is also pretty intriguing. There's our animated shot. And these guys, they had the best cannons, I thought, of all the ships. Just such a really easy, simple idea. Just turn those pieces upside down, and you've got your perfect cannon barrel shape.
And they're green, which works with their color palette. And the
celery mast.
Foxhole.
Yeah. For some reason, there are rabbits on the railing here.
Because of the carrots.
Yeah. I think they're only on this side. Oh, okay.
Oh, she's putting braids in his beard. Oh, okay. Interesting. Or something like that. Okay. That would make sense. Because if you're a pirate with a long beard, you would have some braids in there.
Okay.
Something for you to think about, Remy, as you keep growing your beard out.
Maybe we'll see once the season ends and I can finally shave my beard.
You can do some braiding there at the bottom.
That can go really bad really quickly though. So I would consult a professional. I wouldn't just do it on my own. You know what you do?
You make an appointment at the spa. You get a facial and ask them to braid your hair.
Just knock it all out in one day.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I guess I didn't notice this before, but it looks like they're feeding a bunch of rabbits here. It's hard to see. But that's cool. I also like their rope ladders.
Yes, the rope ladders are really cool.
Droid arms.
That's such a simple idea too. So you get some really good techniques watching this show.
Yeah. Is there masks? Unlike some of the other teams just kind of threw together a mask, but this must have taken some time because they put a lot of detail just into this shaping here. And all the sails are, of course, carroted. I don't know what the verb is there when you carrot something.
Carrotized?
Carrotized. There you go.
I don't know. I'm making that up.
No.
It might be carrotized.
But yeah, here's our they even have the rear I don't know what you call that. Is a carrot. The rudder.
The rudder.
I guess it's not like in the water, so I don't know if it's the rudder.
It's technically not a rudder if it's not in the water.
Carrot. It's carrot shaped. Oh, maybe it's a flag. Yeah, flag.
Yeah, probably a flag. And I thought too, the other thing about those sails, that's definitely a flag.
Okay.
It's that the sails, they chose black for the backdrop, which is just brilliant because it really makes those carrots pop. And it also kind of gives it more of a sinister kind of look.
Yeah.
As far as sails go, because I think everybody else, I'm pretty sure had, except for the kelp sails, were white, right? Yeah. That was a really great choice. And it does have some white to it as well, but they added the black tiling, which is just brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good. And it's just enough black so that you can see it, but not too much that it like throws the light everywhere, because black is like so annoying to work with and photograph. So, but
I love this one. Yeah. And the purple and lavender ship, it's too bad Debo's not here because Debo would just love this ship.
Yeah. Hashtag lavender lug.
That's right.
You can look for that on Instagram.
Put that Lavender lug. So this is lavender lug worthy.
Mm-hmm. And these are the Brussels Scouts.
Yeah.
I think. Oh no, there's no like you can see the captain here, but we didn't get a shot of him. Their captain is Captain Gord, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's it. But yeah, great job.
This build made me hungry too. I will say, the more they started talking about all this food, it was like celery and carrots and Brussels sprouts. Yeah.
I don't know so much about Brussels sprouts, but I do love carrots and celery. So, but yeah, this was amazing and
but
great job,
this
y'all.
journey to Thousand Island to get the dressing.
Oh, that's right. They did journey to Thousand Island.
That is such a clever description, and like you said, all the puns, and that she. So this Emily is the I guess what was it? The Michelle of season 2, the one with the red hair.
How do you mean?
The do-it-yourself team.
Oh, the DIYers.
DIYers, yeah. Mm-hmm. What, the woman with the red head, was her name Michelle, or was that the other one?
No, that's right.
So remember how she kept doing the puns with Will in the first in season 2? So Emily was kind of following in that kind of
that's right.
Same genre. Yeah,
Natalie and Michelle. But yeah, Michelle was the one.
Was she Natalie or was she Michelle? Maybe she was Natalie, actually. Actually, it was Natalie, because I think she goes by Natalie Cleveland, I think, on Spotify. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe they just found the exact same person in Canada. Like maybe there's a Canadian brickanista.
Okay, it was Natalie, not Michelle. Natalie Cleveland. You found, well, there are 4. My name's Naomi Takeuchi, right? So on IMDb, there are 4 of us. So if you're looking for the IMDb entry for me, I've got myself holding a Lego sign that I was at a trademark expo back in 2016, I think, when that shot was taken. That was before I officially became the Brickanista too, because I became the Brickanista in 2018.
Excuse me.
Little fun fact.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I can't remember what I was doing in 2018.
And
it was not Lego. So
in IMDb, there is another Remy Baker too.
Yeah, but it's not a man, so we're fine.
You'll be fine. People will be able to figure out which one you are.
Well, no, we don't have to duel, I guess is my point.
No, you don't have to
for control of the name. So it's all good.
Yeah, in my case, I would have to do an anime dance because a lot of them are in the anime industry.
Okay.
An anime dance off is what we would have to do.
But all right. Anyway, great vegetabilization of the pirate ship, and now we're going to talk about Steven, the SS Rivetor. Yeah, Rivetor. And here they are. It looks like they're constructing their cursed idol piece. And
I'm laughing at the chat right now because Spot says that there can only be one.
There can. That's the rule.
It would be like, what was it, Highlander?
Yeah.
Where you can only have one Highlander. So all the Naomis would be going after each other.
Yeah. But yeah, they're, apparently Steven has fallen under the sway of their own brick-built cursed idol here.
Yeah. And in this case, since they're both named Steven, the one on the left is Yo-Yo and the one on the right is Crash.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo-Yo and Crash.
But here we go. And this is this concept, like I struggled to understand this concept. I mean, it's like Mardi Gras themed, and it's also like cursed skeleton themed. I was wondering why they didn't just make like a cursed pirate ship with skeletons, but they were probably told like not to lean in too hard on the horror supernatural elements, perhaps. So,
because it is a family-friendly show, so they can't
right.
put
You
like
don't
this
want to,
really evil demon on the front of the ship.
yeah.
Right?
So, you want the next best thing, Mardi Gras. You can take the family down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is not known for frogs, is it?
I was gonna ask you and the chat,
green
like,
beads, right?
what does the frog mean? How does it tie in?
The frog really just threw me off.
It's cool, like it's a great design, and it's on the front of the
Oh, I
sail.
love it. I do love the colors, and I love the face and the design of the sail. And they did have an outtake where they had talked about Yo-Yo has every pirate ship set in the Lego line, right?
Yeah.
But it just, the whole ribbit frog theme was just. I was expecting more frogs too. If they're going to lean into frogs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
we have so many unanswered questions with this build.
We just need to know.
We just, Yo-Yo and Crash, you got to help us out, guys, because it's a great ship, and there's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that detailing right there. Yeah, I have a feeling Yo-Yo did that portion.
Yeah,
where they do the step in, very similar to the previous build we were looking at too.
The way it's integrated here, and the way they've integrated the anchors into both sides.
Spot's theory is that maybe the frogs are kind of French. I don't know.
I don't know. I've also never been to New Orleans or Mardi Gras, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Does that have anything to do with Mardi Gras?
I don't think so. But I love the way the anchor chains are. Like, I think they're the only ones to integrate to fully integrate the anchor into both sides here.
Yeah. Well, once again, that goes back to, Yo-Yo's experience with building ships. I also like how the railing has this dip and then it comes back up again too. Yeah. Really nice. Very nice shaping. I think if they had chosen a different theme instead of the frog theme, they probably would have done better. Because look at all the details they put on the interior.
Yeah, this is they've tied down this cursed idol, and the idol has like altered the crew, and it's like altering the ship.
Right.
So I get putting a frog on it because that makes it fun and playful and not like a body horror movie. So
oh, okay. I'm looking up frogs and Mardi Gras.
Okay.
And apparently there's a frog prince theme, I guess. So frogs and Mardi Gras do kind of go together.
Okay. We'll take it. And Spot is informing us that the Frog Princess movie takes place in New Orleans.
Well, there we go. See,
the Princess and the Frog, I think they're talking about.
The Princess and the Frog. And then also that movie, the new Disney movie with Tiana. Doesn't that take place in New Orleans as well?
Yeah, I think that's the one he's talking about.
Yeah.
Doesn't she get turned into a frog? I haven't seen that movie.
Princess and the Frog is the name of the movie, and her name's Tiana. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it was. But still, it was, for those of people who didn't really see the movie, what's the frog have to do with the pirate ship?
I think this is our captain here.
I love the skeletons on board. Yeah.
I love the skeleton. I love the skeleton captain. It's also featured. It moves around a little bit because I think there's another shot with it in the front. Yeah, there it is. Oh no, he's still in the back here. I love that this skeleton has a beard.
Yep, we put the beard on the skeleton. That was brilliant.
But this was the only build also that they didn't tell us the name of the captain. So we are left to wonder.
Okay. So I think we have one last build, right?
Yeah. So that is the Pizza Pirate Ship. And this is Liz and Aaron's build.
Pizza Pirate.
Yes. And here they are, interacting with Will.
Right.
This is a very silly photo, but it looks like they're all having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's they all had, they had the Boston T-shirts.
Of
and
course.
I think Liz's T-shirt looks so odd because that font might be copyrighted. So like part of the word is different, like Boston is different, but anyway, I'm glad that
I don't associate Boston with dark green. I mean, Boston colors are red, white, and blue, right?
Well,
mostly blue and red.
I don't know, St. Patty's Day probably.
Okay, that's true. St. Patrick's Day they would have green.
But yeah, here's their Pizza Pirate Ship, and for having to pivot from a candy ship to a pizza ship because the peppermint on the hull didn't really quite look like the way they thought it would be. I think this is great.
You know who we should ask is Brickworm Deneen. Mm-hmm. She made this amazing candy boat, and she does a lot of candy themed builds in general. I think they were doing fine. Yeah. I think they could have leaned more into the candy, and I think they were just too hard on themselves. And then they saw it and they said, no, it looks more like a pizza box, so we're going to pivot. When I think they should have just kept with the candy theme. I think they probably would have done okay.
It's hard to say. I really, if they were going to go with the candy theme, I wonder if they were told, like, you can't do gingerbread. Because, like, gingerbread boat, boom, home run.
Oh.
Like, but I don't know if it's, like, too close to the holidays or something.
Well, the pirate, I will say, the pizza slices were amazing.
Yeah.
And the comment from Amy was that there wasn't any pirate iconic symbols on the pizza slices, which would have helped. Because right now, you just see it as a boat. You don't see it as a pirate ship, except for maybe the cannons.
Yeah, if they'd put, like, I don't know, skull and crossbones out of anchovies or something.
Skull and crossbones out of olives, or something.
But I totally understand why they didn't do that, because they're like, no, we want it to look like a pizza slice, not like a yellow triangle with a skull and crossbones on it. So,
or they maybe could have put a flag or something, if not the sails. Yeah. Plus, those sails are kind of small for the size of that ship.
Well, they may have, Will made the comment about, delivering in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
So they got it there in 30 minutes or less.
They did.
Yeah.
And I think they were one of the first to dock, too. To put their ship on their docking station.
Very nicely animated. And there's a lot going on here. Like, this is a full restaurant. And I'm not sure why there's the skeleton in the rowboat here in the middle. Like, I really am curious about this, like what it represents.
Yeah. So people who are watching, usually we have the benefit of listening to Brick and Nick's show the day before, but he did not stream yesterday. But we didn't want to hold up because this Friday we are going to be reviewing Wednesday's show. Yep. So we may be able to put some commentary on Friday based on what we learned from the cast on the Brick and Nick show on Thursday.
Yes. Right now we just have wild speculation.
Yeah, we're just wildly speculating, and
I enjoy, but it's nice to inform the viewer of what actually.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Captain Calzone.
Yeah, Captain Calzone. That's great.
Doing a great job here, calzoning. And let's see what. Here's our restaurant.
Oh, okay. PT has the answer. Apparently, it was a patron who never wanted to leave, so he hung out in the rowboat.
That's primo speculation right there. That's great. Keep it coming, guys.
Yeah, I like how they put all the characters having pizza on the ship.
Mm-hmm. And
but I
this shot,
think that they didn't have the story. Like, why is the pizza ship important? I mean, they're pizza pirates, but what are they going after? I think that was a part that was missing too.
Possibly. But you know what isn't missing is the only team to do a spiral staircase.
Yes, that staircase is awesome. Really well done.
No, I guess that's the next one. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I guess that's all I have for those shots.
The entire fleet.
That's the fleet, and I really like the skull like looming over their ship. That's not cool. That's like foreshadowing. You know. Yeah.
Well, it goes back to they pivoted halfway through.
Yeah.
So they knew it was a risk to pivot.
And you never know like what challenge you're gonna have to pivot on. You know, again, it's such a dart throw. Like,
well, they had to
everyone
pivot.
is so skilled that like it's really a dart throw who goes home each week.
They had to pivot though for the episode with the tree houses because they had to rip out the entire structure and rebuild it because it just wasn't working. So it might have been they were thinking, well, we pivoted on that episode and we did okay. That we can pivot on this episode too.
Yeah.
So lesson learned here, folks. You got to kind of lean into your idea. Yeah. And foreshadowing. Exactly.
Yeah. I just noticed that just now. It's really like,
yeah, that is kind of funny.
I didn't plan it that way. It just, this was the last shot of the ship.
The skull is in the water too from the flag. Yeah. So it's like skull in the front, skull in the back. Yeah. Not looking good for you.
But anyway, now's the part of the episode where they just, before judgment, right? No, after judges' comments, before announcing the winners in bottom two, they just decided to blow everything up. So let's blow everything up. There you go.
Okay? Your ships are under attack.
Yeah, if you have the means, start playing the 1812 Overture right now. In your personal spaces, and we can time the cannon blast to the rhythm here. Yeah, and like they didn't get slow-mo shots of the explosions either, which was kind of unfortunate.
Actually, these are slow-mo shots, according to Emily from Liam and Emily. That I mentioned to her in a chat that I was so disappointed to see these blow up, and she says, "Oh, they went faster than that. These are slow motion shots that are on the screen." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this episode was
explosions.
Yeah. Like this episode was just very, very odd structurally.
I just felt so bad because I love ships, and to see the entire armada explode. It would have been nice if they announced the winners and they exploded all the other ones that didn't make it right. And the others
that would kind of been
off into the sunset.
Yeah. That would have been, thematic. I guess that would make sense a little bit, but
I'm just saying that it would have been nice to have had at least one of them survive.
Yeah.
But I guess to be fair, they wanted to just let's blow all of them up. They were pretty dramatic, but I was so sad. At the end of that, I was just so sad.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't blow up the ships.
This was the only shot that we got of Dave and Emily's ship exploding. This is the only angle it was shown at.
So, PT was asking, did they use air shots from under the water? Each ship had a specific docking spot. Yeah, we speculate that's what was happening.
It looked like there was a connection point on both ends of that structure and then something in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. And speaking of foreshadowing, remember the cannon we saw earlier in the show?
That was a big cannon.
The cannon's pointed right at you and right at the armada. So
yeah. So there it goes. And actually, like Liz and Aaron's ship survived like the most out of all it was like the most intact.
And maybe it had a lower center of gravity too.
Yeah, so structurally it was really sound. And yeah, this is there it is in all their glory. And
I know,
here we
that's so sad. That's the shot that really makes me sad.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the whole disaster.
Well,
it's so sad.
All right. Well, I got one more, so just avert your eyes. That's it.
Yeah, the top down shot.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the episode. Yeah.
Well, it's not quite over yet.
No.
We have to announce the winners.
But yeah, the top two were, Dave and Emily and Brendan and Greg.
Well, we get to pick a third.
Yeah, we get to pick who's our bronze medalist for this week.
The bronze medalist. I kind of like the R&R, Emily and Liam's.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like Nick and Stacy's build more just because I liked the brick built characters.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
If anyone in the chat wants to break the tie or make it a 3-way tie, now's a good time. Who's your bronze medal pick here?
Who do you think should have come in third for this episode? I mean, we already know who the bottom two are.
Yeah.
So really, that just leaves a couple.
You can still vote for the bottom two if you want, though. That's totally valid.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you and I will have to do like Rochambeau.
Yeah.
We can do Rochambeau and break the tie that way.
Let's do the
Since
pirate
we were talking
version.
About New Orleans, we could talk about Rochambeau.
Yeah, the pirate version is like parrot, hook, cannon. I don't know. Instead of rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. We'll do
cannon
that after
destroys
the
parrot. Parrot carries off hook. Hook slices off the cannon's ignition pin. So there, you can do it that way. But yeah, anyway.
And then cannon kills parrot.
Yeah. Parrot, hook, cannon.
Okay, you heard it here.
But yeah, Brendan and Greg won the challenge.
Yep, Brendan and Greg
win in a row. Definitely well deserved. So good job.
Okay, PT is all for the parrot hook cannon.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you got a winner here.
Yeah, PT looks like PT has voted for Leaf Sail ship.
Okay, so we'll go then with Nick and Stacy's ship,
we'll the
one with the plantain sails.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to say Kraken again.
I didn't want to risk it because that's
probably why
it's
you
always
didn't
like
choose it. Yeah.
50-50 on the edge whether I pronounce it correctly.
Okay, we'll go with Nick and Stacy's for third place.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna write it down.
Cool.
But yeah, anyway, congrats, Brendan and Greg. Great job.
Mm-hmm.
Did not get the golden brick. We're teased with the golden brick this episode.
Yeah, that was a big tease.
Not happening. So you get the thumbs up. That's it. And then the bottom teams were, Liz and Aaron, and Austin and Justin. Sorry.
Yeah, this was really sad, and it goes back to the pivot midstream. Mm-hmm. If they hadn't have pivoted and gone just full bore with the candy theme, with sales that had the candy theme, and they're all on the hunt for more candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was.
But
so sad.
Unfortunately, Liz and Aaron went home.
Yeah,
friends of the show. Hopefully we'll have them on again at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liz is actually the one who helped connect us with the Endemol Shine people, which was great.
But yeah.
I'll see her at Sport Lug. I'm sure I'll see her again soon.
But yeah, they built a lot of great things, and they made it 6 episodes. That's something they should be definitely proud of.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're both awesome builders. Like the first time, I didn't even know who Erin was the first time I met her. It was at BrickCon 2021.
Brick Fair, Virginia, too,
Brick
right?
Fair.
Didn't you see her there?
Brick Fair, Virginia, not BrickCon.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know.
She was dressed in an Elsa costume, too.
Yeah. And she, won a well-deserved award for her Ice Palace. So, and apparently Erin has been teaching engineering in Lego for years and is continuing to do that. So that's awesome. But yeah, sad to see them not on the show anymore.
Yeah, it is sad.
There's so many figs. And I, at Brick Fair, Virginia this year, I was very confused because, well, let's do this for a second. That's all I have, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. But yeah, next to my Mandalorian helmet build, I saw this one day. This,
she gave you a nod of approval. That's great.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
And
I don't have a Frozen minifigure. Otherwise, I would just put it on that. But for now, Wonder Woman will have to do. And so, yeah. I was like, what is this? What do these letters mean? I am confused. But then she was like, no, I like that armor helmet. So
right. It's a token of appreciation.
Yeah. But anyway.
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We've gone a little longer than normal, but we hope you enjoyed the show. And we are going to be streaming on Friday because they are going to be having an episode, I believe, tomorrow, right? Or was there another announcement, Remy?
Yes. No, tomorrow there will be an announcement. But I did mention it briefly about casting for season 4. And I should put up the actual announcement here. Because that was great. I didn't expect them to. They dropped this.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, PT. They dropped this today. I was not prepared for it.
Yeah, it's on. I believe several of the Lego Masters have been posting it too.
Yeah.
So if you are interested, they're starting to do casting calls for Lego Masters season 4.
Yep.
We'll see who ends up in the next round.
Have to figure some things out. But yeah, I'm super
you've
excited.
Already decided, aren't you applying, Remy?
Yeah, I mean, I applied for season 2. I'm going to keep applying until they let me on the show, basically. So I might be here for a while. But yeah, I really would like to. I'm
going for season 20
on the show. Yeah, it's just like, it's just finding someone to build with. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, there it is. That's the show.
Right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, PT. Thank you, Spot. Thank you, Brick Jedi, Brickaroo Bonsai. Anybody else, Steven, who was hanging out with us today as well. We are going to be streaming Friday back to our regular schedule again. So Thursday is Thrifty Thursday. So I'll be back streaming a set. I still have to pick a set. That's $20 or less. Then on Friday, we're going to do our regular show at 6:00, where we'll be reviewing episode 7. So this was what, episode 6? No, this was episode 7. Or was
no, this was 6. Yeah, you had
this
it right.
Is 6. Yeah, okay, this is 6. And cool news. So you know that the next episode has to do with camping and being at a camp. Well, we have secured both Ethan and Dom. They're both going to be on the show, and we're going to have a chance to have this conversation with them. And you probably saw the outtake where they said, Monster Camp. So I can't wait to see what they come up with for the next episode. So that'll be Friday, where we're going to have Ethan and Dom as guests. And then Saturday, here's another news alert, is that Saturday, I'm shifting from Sunday to Saturday. And that's because I have some work projects that I have to do on Sundays. So Saturday at noon Pacific time, I have Chris Chalice and Jaden Chalice, who are on the 90 Years of Play promotion. And also Chris also is a Guinness World Record holder. They're both going to be on the show for a quick interview, for a Builder Insights interview. So that's an exclusive to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Well, I shouldn't say exclusive. It's just Builder Insights is part of the programming here. But that's going to be the rest of the week. So thank you so much for tuning in, especially this was an odd day, but we still had people come in. So thank you so much for following us, because we didn't know when we were going to stream. It's like, they're going to show it. Are they going to show it? Are they not going to show it? And Major League Baseball.
Are the Phillies coming back? Are they going to win Game 6?
Astros, you did it. Now we can go back to Lego Masters.
Yeah.
Baseball's done, right? For the rest of the season?
Baseball is totally done.
Okay.
And what's happening right now is World Rugby Sevens, but that doesn't interfere with our broadcast at all.
No, Rugby Sevens should
rugby.
Be I like rugby too, but we're not going to have to worry about that. Team Naomi and Remy for season 4. I don't know.
Could work. We'll see.
Maybe.
Again, the announcement literally just dropped today. So we're not being mean to each other. We just have not discussed it at all. So
GLS is here. Were you lurking in the stream, GLS? Well, I'm glad you're here too. But so we'll see how this goes, because you know, right now they're going to be casting. So you know what happens is that they're going to have 12,000 different teams that they're going to have to go through. They're going to
cast the wide net into the ocean.
But think about what happened with Michelle and Tacos. That Tacos had been paired with somebody else, and then they wanted Michelle, and Michelle reached out to her, and then they paired up. So you just don't know. You know, things could be, moving around and doing a bunch of things.
You catch a lot of tires in that net too. So that's just how it is.
That is a very unusual analogy, especially because we were talking about pirate ships. But anyway, you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate that. Please like and subscribe to the stream. All of your support really helps. And yes, ciao, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And Spot the Magic Ninja as well. Thank you for tuning in for all of what we had in store for you. And if you want to send me snail mail, you can send it to the Brickanista Broadcast Network, P.O. Box 31956, Seattle, Washington, 98103. You probably saw the other day I opened on stream the really nice gift from P.T. McEwen. Thank you so much. I have my Super Sewer baby right here.
Oh,
excuse me.
Oh, nice.
I'm working on a project here, but you sent me this and some other nice, really thoughtful goodies. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to follow Brick Literacy on Instagram.
Do it.
So our buddy Remy,
I've been posting
and
a lot
you already know I'm Brickanista.
Abstract stuff lately.
Yeah, and remember that, as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network. Thank you, everybody, and may the clutch be with you. Take care and good night. We'll see you Thursday. Bye.